In October of last year, I started my first drawing, or at least the process to draw, and obviously my art was not the best. It was really trash, and I've already covered this in my video where I've roasted all my old work. But today, I'd like to show you 9 tips that I have that help me improve my art. So, my first tip for you guys is take your time. Even though I was taking my time, I felt as if I wasn't taking my time to make conscious decisions like which shadow and highlights and stuff like that. The next thing that really changed my art was shading. The way in which I shaded before was a quick motion going in a linear way, which was then faded out with a tissue, which makes your work look smudgy and definitely like you're a beginner. So instead, the thing I changed, which led to the domino effect of better portraits, was actually circular shading in small amounts, and although this took my time, my work stopped looking smudgy. My old pieces of work I roasted last week, they had little to no shadows. And I guess this was really a major changing factor of my work, is that once I started adding shadows, everything looked so much better. Of course, with shadows come highlights, and in my previous works, there wasn't any highlights. Highlights add so much form to the work, just like shadows did. Once I started adding highlights, there was a change in the work. For example, look at these nose studies. The shadows do a good job in portraying that this is a 3D object, but the highlights add to that too. It gives it somewhat of a different form. I have no idea how to explain this, but you can see it just by looking at it, that this looks so much better. I also didn't really think I understood shape language. I thought of everything as a whole rather than something that could be broken up into shapes. You can take hair, for example. If you break up hair up into shapes, like how I did over here, in order to actually get to a good place where you can lay down some color, and, well, I don't use color, but you could lay down whatever you need to lay down. The shape language here is really well done compared to what you'd see in my old works. On the masters, once I started studying from people who have been in my shoes and have created amazing work, I was able to see how to improve my work. I promise to go into depth about this in another video, but definitely look at artists that inspire you and make you feel like wanting to be a better person. The next tip is a little cliche, but it is the truth. Practice. I have practiced over 23 times and have created probably the most worst work I'll ever create. But because of that, you get to see improvement like this guy. Don't give up. I think this is a straightforward tip, and probably one of the harder tips. But knowing that every single day you're learning something new and forcing your brain into creating a visual library, just know that you're gonna get better. You're going to get better, and just don't give up. So my bonus tip is literally to practice anatomy and structure. And you can do this in whatever way you feel fit to do it, and whatever works for you. I've done it in a way that works for me, and some people have done it differently. This is what works for me, and this is how I've improved. So, yes, thank you for staying this far. If you enjoyed this video, please share the video if you have an artist friend or family member and they would like some support in their growth, because sometimes it feels like you're not going anywhere and feels stagnant, but after roasting my work, I saw the improvement in growth and I had to make this video.